Coach, just when you look at this game overall, what do you attribute tonight's loss to?
They played great. Elite shot-making performance by them. Poor defensive performance by us. In that, sure they shot the ball great, maybe a little over their head, but our lack of discipline, fouling them, putting them on the line, and then giving them second chance points. So even though they did have a elite shot-making game, we didn't do the little things, weren't disciplined, on the margins, and that's why you give up 132 points.
What do you hope the guys, learn or take away from it?
I don't know, a little bit, just got to be better. That kind of defensive performance, you're not surviving in a playoff atmosphere, playoff situation. So, and they ramped their physicality up, I felt, in the second half especially. But, listen, they're a heck of a team. I mean, when they're healthy and, Kawhi, that's vintage Kawhi. I mean, that's Kawhi, elite Kawhi. He was great. Then they got good vets around. They're a heck of a team.
Coming out of the All-Star break, you remember and know, you had made a point about stealing and creating extra possessions, rebounds, that sort of thing. And in these last two games, the team has gotten away from that. Are you concerned?
I wouldn't say that. I don't know what the final possession was. I think we're
at
plus.
Least with the rebound.
We were +9 last game in the possession game.
Today the rebounds were.
Yeah, rebounding was an issue. Yeah.
And so, I mean, seeing at least from the rebounding perspective, then I guess these last two games, is this something that you're starting to worry
Listen,
about?
they got Zubac. I mean, that's what he does, right? I mean, he just pounded us, and he was, he was great. Their physicality. When they did miss, which they didn't do a lot of, they got the offense rebound, and that's that's on us. They were the hit first team, the more aggressive team, and that usually when you have talent like that, two teams that are kind of similar in talent, that usually wins, and that's what happened tonight.
How do you feel about Donovan, just in terms of coming back from the minor injury that he had in the last couple of days?
Yeah, him and Evan, he was good. I mean, I think he's fine physically, but it takes guys a little bit when they've been out, a little while. Say Evan missed a game, and didn't feel like he had his rhythm. It wasn't kind of normal Evan tonight. So, and they're, again, I just got to turn it to they were great. I mean, it really, at the end of the day, I mean, their shot making bogey too. They just got multiple contributions. Of course, James orchestrating. They played an awesome game.
Kenny, I think this is the only third time the group had consecutive losses this season. Yeah. Beyond the talent, what else goes into the quick bounce back?
Say again, what was the last part?
With this just being the third time the group's had consecutive losses, beyond the talent, what else do you think has usually gone into the quick bounce back?
I mean, listen, we got a great group, right? We, I actually think this isn't a bad thing for us. We've had such a great season. You get tested like this a little bit. We got, we're on the road here for 10 days, so it's kind of going to test our mettle a little bit. See how we bounce back against Sac tonight. But we got great character. We got great leadership. We're a resilient team, so I expect us to bounce back. Yes.
Can you speak on the Clippers' defensive rebounding and block shots? Was there anything in particular that you saw that became difficult in the second half as they kind of pulled away?
I think they're third in the league in defensive rebounding. I mean, they got great size, at every position, and you did feel that tonight on both ends, both boards. They're stellar rebounding team, and we never kind of imposed our will on the boards. They were the more aggressive team.
Thank you, Coach.
All right.
Coach, it's just at this time of year, I know you guys have such a big lead in the Eastern Conference. How important is it just to get yourself healthy and get yourself to the end of this regular season playing the best ball and in the best shape you can?
I do think that's where we are. That's our mindset is going to the playoffs, playing our best ball. And we've been on it. We've been really good. Little bump in the road here. But again, I'm just going to keep saying it. Like I think the Clippers had a lot to do with what happened tonight. That's not excusing our performance. We could have been better, but they were outstanding.
Hey, Kenny, to follow up on that, how do you make sure as a coach that you are peaking at the right time?
Yeah, I mean, there's an art to it, right? And I think we're, so tonight we're, throwing different lineups out there, and this is a good test tonight. Like, there were some moments there, like, man, is this the right lineup against Kawhi and the group, some of the groups they had out there. But I mean, that's a challenge, right? The challenge is to be healthy, number one, and be playing great basketball. So, but we've got to build towards that, right? Like, it's not just this 2-week period or the rest of the season. I think I think the key is going into it healthy.
What made it so difficult for you guys to contain them from three-point range?
Man, I mean, they were lights out. I mean, I think there was elite shot making on both ends, right? But we probably turned it up a little too late in terms of our aggressiveness. I felt like there was just too much space. Bogey gets one, he just lines us up. Kawhi lines us up. There's no kind of forceful closeouts, and that was just kind of the story of the game. We were kind of passive to begin. They got going, and we kind of never really slowed them down. But the thing that bothers me though is just our lack of discipline in terms of fouling them over and over, and then the rebounding one. Some nights teams are going to make shots, but if you're losing those two battles too, then you come away with a big loss. All right, thanks everybody.